Zainab, your F6 tutor, leaving some last wise words for you for your F6 exam in December 2017. Now, what is it that I will tell you between now and your exam? Well, you need to get ready for it. If you're not ready for it, I would be really worried about it. So if you look at your exam, you know that you have three sections to the exam. You have section A, which is objective test questions, section B, which is again objective test questions. The difference between the two is that on section A, every question is independent on its own. On section B, you have one scenario with 5 objective test questions given to you, and of course, they're all independent of each other. So your answer on the second question is not dependent on your answer on the first one. And those of you doing CBE know about the seated question as well. And then you have section C, which is constructed response question. Now, when it comes to method marks, we know that it is the constructed response question that will get us the method marks. So make sure you're showing your method in the constructed response question. With section A and B, it really doesn't matter how you get to the answer as long as you get it quickly. But it's about saving the time as much as you can. With section C, the method marking is really, for our benefit. So what do we expect in section C? Well, we have one 15 marker, which is on income tax. We have one 15 marker on corporation tax, and this could be any element of corporation tax and income tax. So we need to be ready for at least the basics, the calculation of corporation tax, the tax-adjusted trading profit, the calculation of different incomes, be it property income, interest income. How do we calculate all of those incomes? As far as the income tax calculation is concerned, make sure you know your income tax computation, the pro forma, what comes on it, what comes next. Remember to read the requirement very carefully, because taxable income is not the same thing as total income, and income tax liability is not the same thing as income tax payable. If the question asks for taxable income, don't go about wasting time and calculating the liability, because you're not getting any marks. So read the requirement first, what you're being asked for, and then answer it. Don't answer a question that you want to answer. Answer the question that the examiner has asked. And then we have this 10 marker in the constructed response question. Expect anything in there. But more than that, I would say, as far as topics is concerned, expect anything in there. But what the examiner is tending to use this 10 marks for is examining what he likes to call higher skills. I've pointed you guys towards the examiner's article on higher skills, and I've also sent you the link. Make sure you read that article. It's a really good article with examples given to you in there, and it's quite valuable, I would say. But what is this higher skill? With the higher skill, he expects us to be able to look at the bigger picture. So for example, if he tells you that you have a company and you are taking on 2 more employees and you need to make a decision about it, you should be able to know what will be the impact of only those 2 employees, and remember that the rest of it doesn't change. So similarly, when you're looking at an individual, the kind of things that he might give you is what is the difference if an individual is employed or self-employed? What would be the difference on his national insurance implications? What will be the difference between his income tax liabilities? What would be the difference on the dates that he pays the taxes? So these are things that we need to be careful about. And I would strongly suggest go back and read this article that the examiner has written. It is an article from the examiner. He is talking to you via this article. Please don't ignore it. And like I said, with section A and section B, the entire syllabus is examinable. But what are the topics that we need to be careful about apart from income tax and corporation tax? Well, you have CGT. I would think that a CGT question would be available, would come up something in like section B, because it's easier for him to bring in several gains and then give maybe 5 questions on that. And then you have IHT. You have VAT. VAT, I think, is a topic that is ignored by so many students, and it is such a straightforward topic. The only problem with VAT is that there's lots of little rules to remember. But hey, we signed up for F6 and we know F6 is entirely rules based. So please don't ignore VAT. It's a very important topic. Make sure you're comfortable with this topic. I think I've mentioned pretty much everything with income tax and then corporation tax. CGT, reliefs on CGT are very important. And then you have national insurance that comes in, and of course IHT and VAT. All of these topics are entirely examinable. So I would rather that as a student preparing for this exam, you would be prepared for a little bit of everything rather than focusing on, let's say, income tax and corporation tax and have absolutely no clue about CGT, IHT, and VAT. It's one of the biggest mistakes students make. Is that they focus so much on one topic that they forget that there are other topics that need attention as well. So I'd say be ready for a little bit of everything rather than focusing your entire time on just one topic. Last but not least, guys, good luck for your exam, and I will see you outside the exam hall.